EA conference has just finished, and good fucking Christ, it was pointless. The thought that kept on going through my mind through the entire time when they're going, we're doing our own thing, we're doing this thing called EAPlay instead of going into the E3 proper, we're bringing in the fans. And the first that went through my mind is, yeah, but in bringing in the fans, does that mean you're getting rid of some of the more critical eyes that would be gazing down upon you there? And so I always went at this thing with a bit of pessimism, going, yeah, but there was always an interior motive of bringing in the fans, the people who already like you, rather than bringing in the critics, the people who will rip you to shit, as we have done, the critics who have done even for the last couple of years, because your conferences say fucking nothing. This year was no different. They said fuck all about show, all about being fancy, all about showing off the cinematics and saying nothing. They started off with a late start, which is in itself funny because everyone just started taking the piss, which is kind of hilarious. Then the CEO of EA, Andrew Wilson, came out and talk, did the interface of the chat and going, oh look, E3, we're bringing in the players, blah 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 blah. It's all about play. It doesn't matter, it's all PR. And then they went off to London, because there's two things going on at the same time, even though the London one only is today, and one in LA is like for the entire time of E3, essentially just EA's E3, so it was purely for show, because they went back to London every now and then, some of the times really dumb, but we'll get to that soon enough. And then Respawn came out. Guy for Respawn came out and told us about Titanfall 2, which was okay. Titanfall 2 seems alright. Now properly officiated, multi-platform. Titanfall is coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So fun. That's good. Sort of expected that one though, but yeah, that's good to hear. But there was also going to be a single-player mode, alluding to some of the leaks that was going on. He alluded to some of the leaks, but yeah, there's going to be a single-player in Titanfall, which the story actually seems quite interesting, because it's all about basically AI sentience, where one of the Titans basically gains sort of a modicum of sentience, which is an interesting prospect, which is an interesting thing. I wonder how that will play in with the multiplayer, actually having like AI sentience. Yeah, it seems like an interesting story. Yeah, wonder how long it's going to be. 15 hours? Something like that. It's a modern shooter. I don't know. Could be bugger all. Basically, all we know is that they had a trailer, and it was, oh look, the Titan has AI, and it has thoughts. Not like emotions and stuff, but thoughts. I'm connected to this person because of fighting and battle. That's it. That's all we fucking know. So, length is another thing. Out of time, another thing. Complexity, another thing. Fuck knows. And then they moved into the sports section. They really went in there fucking quickly. They really went really quickly into the sports section and fucking sat there for ages. It's like half the conference was about sports. And when I say sports, I basically mean Madden and FIFA. Because they didn't talk about really any of the other ones. Like last year, they spent a lot of the time. They talked about Madden, then FIFA, then NBA. Brief talk about MLB, bit talk of the NFL games, the ones outside of Madden as well. So that this time it was just Madden and just FIFA. That was it. Although the thing that was very funny about when they started talking about Madden is they went, and now to our friends in London. I was like, wait, what? You're talking about Madden, the NFL, in London, where we don't have the NFL? What the fuck? So, well done for having the most stupidest move to London. It's like, oh yes, we're going to use London to talk about NFL, even though London has very little interest in the fucking NFL. And then you went on to talk about FIFA in Los Angeles. It's like, great! Fucking fantastic move there. Should have been the other fucking way round, you fucking idiots. They did the usual NFL, FIFA stuff. Oh look, you have more control! Which means nothing, because they always say you have more control, and so it's fucking meaningless by this point. One interesting thing they talked about is esports. They spent a lot of time talking about the esports. about wanting to bring in new people, brought out new people. One funny thing that happened was that they brought out a bunch of Madden Championship people and going, oh look, all these Madden Championship people, which is fine, fair enough, the esports people. But then the big championship person they had busted his collarbone and basically had his arm in a sling, which I thought was funny. Because the thing I started thinking is, oh, they're definitely going to have these esports people, that esport championship, that was the esport champion person that was in that video to play a few matches of PR matches. And it turns out he's busted his collarbone and can't fucking play, which is absolutely hilarious. Which means he's chopped out the big person that was in the fucking press video, in the briefing, can't play. Great. That was fantastic to find out. It's like, oh, next time, hedge your bets. One interesting thing that came out of it about the esports stuff was they're opening up about finances for the esports things. Which was very interesting. You have the Challenger grouping, which is basically just small, like, office championship leagues. So you can basically help set up an office league, which then can play into, like, going further on into the actual, like, proper pro leagues. Then there's the Premier League, which is basically open tournaments. It's like small, like, local tournaments that can actually get sponsorship deals and other people into it, so you can get small local deals. Then there's the EA Major, which is basically just pro sport people, where you have like proper sponsors, like huge company sponsors and stuff like that, which is fine. And onto the company sponsors, there's a Madden tournament to go on. Can't remember where it was, but I think it was around the LA area or something like that. Where EA is putting in a whole $1 million. Although considering it's $1 million and it's a pro tournament, it's going to be for the people who were the pros people there, the one with the busted collarbone. Great. Then they moved on from NFL to talk about Mass Effect Andromeda. And then they moved on to something else. It's again with Mass Effect Andromeda. They just went, oh look at the devs talk about how fancy the game is with footage that may or may not be in the final game. Moving on, they might as well have just said nothing. Going, yes, we're doing Mass Effect Andromeda. Now on to that was basically all they fucking said, because fucking thing it was nothing. Nothing was actually said. Fucking useless. Might as well have said nothing. Then they moved on to going on to DLC, which is, well, I wrote into talking about DLC. But the main thing they talked about was a whole thing called Play to Give, a new system they're doing, which is with charities. Which I actually thought was a very nice touch, where they have registered or essentially licensed out, something like that. Where they've actually gone to charities and they can actually play games and buy games for charity, which is a good touch. Where you can actually, they're having a good connection with charities, which is on the whole quite good. Bringing in charities for the ability, because gaming is big business, especially when you have people like EA. So, yeah, bringing in charities is always good. So that one I'm pretty much for. Let's see how it goes. Should be good. Hopefully it's quite good that they actually have the charities involved. So, yeah, there's hope that system is quite alright. And then, back on to sports. And this time, FIFA. As I said before, we're now moving on to the next sports session, which is FIFA, where they spend a whole fucking load of time talking about FIFA, with the big special thing being the journey mode, which is literally a single-player story mode. They have invented a character using a British actor I recognise, but I can't fucking remember who he is. I've seen him in something. Merlin! Yes, that's him! Gwen's brother from Merlin. Fuck, I can't remember his name. But that's where I recognise him from. It's Gwen's brother from Merlin, that BBC series from a couple of years back. That's who he is. Right, now I know who he is. Because I knew he was an actor. But yeah, they've basically got this whole single-player mode called The Journey, where you follow him through his FIFA career. Yeah, I had this whole thing of going, look, 10 years of FIFA, and I couldn't help but go, yeah, FIFA's bent. Got to slide that in every single year. It's going, yeah, FIFA, sports, good. Having people good. Football games is fine. Football games is fine. FIFA is bent as all fuck. Football is fine. I'm going to put that in every single year until FIFA actually stops being bent as all fuck. Moving on from football, after spending fucking ages talking about, oh, look how special everything is, they moved on to EA Originals, which is a system that they have of having indie developers selling games, and then all of the profits of the game selling go to them. The interesting word in all of that is profits, because that still means EA could take their own cut. So, yeah, it's could end up being the same as digital distribution, just with better PR. Yeah, because when they say all of the profits go to them, EA could still put on a distributor's cost onto that, and then the actual profits go to them. So, little bit more vocabulary about small print, please, because you still have the ability to be an asshole. Yeah, otherwise, great idea. It's good to get it's good to help indie developers sell. Whether this is a fair deal or not will only be found in time. Then came Fee, or as I called it, the art game segment. Surprisingly, from a development company from Gothenburg, Sweden, the same place where Wolfman Chris is from. So you have a developer person. I should get him in contact with them. Get him to go home, get Chris to go home and meet his parents, and then have a trip to go off and meet some devs. Go back to your home country, meet some devs, and come back and do my job for a while. Seemed alright. It seemed like a very nice game, but it's yeah. Once you start getting to the point where you can start going right, and now the art game segment, or the art game segment, it gets to the point where you start going, this is now more than predictable. And then they spend a whole time talking about this whole section next is just all of that bit is just Star Wars and Battlefield 1. Nothing. Fucking nothing was said. Absolutely nothing. They showed like 4 videos and fucking nothing was said. It's basically confirmed now that Visceral are now making a Star Wars game. So the rumours are now confirmed to be true. Officially, anyway. And Respawn Entertainment are making their own Star Wars game as well. So there's going to be 2 new Star Wars games on top of Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars Old Republic, and Star Wars the other one. I didn't write it down in time, and it's the one I don't know. And they had a video going, oh, look at all the Star Wars stuff, look at how good everything is, while saying nothing. They didn't even show footage from the added content. They didn't even show footage. They showed basically like 5 seconds footage from the Bespin update from Battlefront, which people know are coming, which is out in a month or so. It's out later this bloody year. Everyone already knows about it. It's Cloud fucking City. It's Cloud City. We get to play as Lando Calrissian and all the other Cloud City people with a couple of Cloud City maps. Everyone knows what it is. They fucking didn't even show that. For fuck's sake, they didn't even show stuff that we already know about. That's due to come out. Well fucking done. Well done for not just saying nothing, but for being fucking incompetent in trying to sell your shit. It's like, oh yes, this is in-game engine. Yeah, in-engine. Which means it could be fucking cinematics for all fucking we know. It could be fucking nothing. It's all pre-rendered. Fucking nothing! And to keep that going, they showed Battlefield 1, where they show it again. Fucking nothing! The one thing that they were very proud of for the Battlefield 1 stuff was they have this celebrity match thing going on at the moment, which is going on at the moment, with a couple of other YouTubers. I saw Wildcat was posting about it and all sort of stuff. But they had Zac Efron and I keep thinking I've got the wrong name now. Yeah, but they had this celeb match going on. They're making a big palaver about there being a celebrity match, which again says nothing because it is basically a stream of players under a controlled environment and those that aren't, sort of like YouTubers and stuff, are paid to be there. Zac Efron seemed ecstatic to be there, but it's a stream of an enclosed environment. It's a closed system demo, so it could be fucking nothing compared to the final product. It could have no correlation with the final product whatsoever. Look at all the other demos that came out like last year for some of the other games, or the games that came out long before. Like some of the gameplay demos they had for stuff like Watch Dogs, which was entirely different to what the final product was. And this is essentially the same. EA's one said nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was all show. And I think that's the reason why they wanted to get out of E3 proper, because all they did was just show. And you could see this last year where you had huge chunks of the conference even last year was just as show, as PR, and that was it. It's not to show bugger all. The entire point of conferences like this is to show gameplay, to show footage, to show what stuff you're not just working on, but stuff that, like, show the final product. Half of these fucking games aren't even out yet. Half of the fucking games are barely in development. I spent ages talking about Star Wars, about the new Star Wars game. I spent going, oh look, Visceral's making a new game, and Relic is making a new... no, not Relic. Respawn is making a new Star Wars game. And then that was it, because they have fuck all. They're just saying things now. If you tuned in to EA's big media conference briefing thing to see new stuff, or to see stuff that could be representative of the final product, then bugger to you, really. It's all the Timefall 2 stuff, pre-edited gameplay, pre-edited footage, so it could mean nothing. Mass Effect Andromeda, it's all of it was cinematics. Battlefield 1, all of it was cinematics, and even the demos, and even the gameplay demos they're doing is in the closed system. Even the stuff with Madden and FIFA, they can't fuck that up, and even that was still pre-made. So, yeah, the EAPlay may or may not be representative of final product.